Eve paints.
Hey folks, welcome to another Print and Paint Kickstarter countdown. I have 12 campaigns to share with you this week, so let's dig right in. Lycan Armoured Car, printable or printed vehicle by Josh Pryor of the United Kingdom, their 4th Kickstarter campaign. This is just one Lycan Armoured Car, scaled for 28mm wargaming. You can get the STL, or in the US or the UK, you can get one printed in resin or PLA. There's also a commercial license available. This campaign ends on May 10th, with rewards expected in June or November. Wastelands Inhabitants, post-apocalyptic printable scenery and creatures by Bad Roll Games of Spain, their 7th Kickstarter campaign. This is 2 sets, minis and scenery. The minis are residents of the Wastelands in their tabletop game Punk Apocalyptic, mostly mutants with a good selection of bases. The scenery is a mix of scatter terrain and a few bigger pieces. All backers also receive a set of bits for decoration, and there are a bunch of stretch goals as well. You can get the miniatures, the scenery, or both. This campaign ends on May 11th, with rewards expected the same month. The Holy Roman Empire, printable Imperial Army by Joy Games Interactive, the folks behind the Peculiar Companions Patreon campaign. This is their 1st Kickstarter campaign. The core set here is 63 models, including Command, Arquebusiers, Crossbowmen, Infantry, Cavalry, and more. There are some stretch goals and a lot of different sets of add-ons, including fantasy races inspired by historical armies. There are also scenery add-ons from Dadi Dungeon and Intorni, another Patreon campaign. You can get the core set plus artillery and a free add-on set, or you can get it with all the add-on sets. There's also a commercial license available. This campaign ends on May 10th, with rewards expected in June. Sci-fi War, 3D Printable Tanks Pack 2 by Caledonia Miniatures of the United States, their 10th Kickstarter campaign. This set contains 10 vehicles, including armored vehicles, medium and heavy tanks, as well as minesweepers and rocket tanks. You can get the whole set plus Pack 1, those plus 4 sci-fi scenery sets, and there is also commercial licenses available. This campaign ends on May 20th, with rewards expected the same month. Ishmael's Collection, 3 cast or printable models sculpted by Ismael Nieto, presented by Bold Miniatures of Sweden, their 4th Kickstarter campaign. The first sculpt is the Dino Racers, Bisa and Tori, based on art by Baldi Konyin. Then there's the Batpacker, based on art by Patricia Wojcik. Finally, we have the Mindless, based on work by Benjamin Denkert. There are also 6 previous sculpts available. Digitally, you can get all 3 plus the one with the boa, or all 3 plus all 6 previous models. Physically, you can get any individually, all together, or all 3 with digital copies as well. This campaign ends on May 4th, with rewards expected in May or October. The Proxygenators Gambit, printable walking APC by Digital Taxidermy of the United Kingdom, their 7th Kickstarter campaign. The Proxygenator has risen from the masses and used his mechanical skill to begin producing great titanic machines, some for the betterment of humanity, but most for destruction. Unleash the frogs of war! This modular posable model can carry a whole squad into battle. Just one tier, and it's pay what you want. This campaign ends on May 2nd, with rewards expected the same month. $10.66, a range of 28mm metal minis by Pulp Figures of Canada, their 1st Kickstarter campaign. This is 2 sets of minis, King Harold Godwinson's Saxons, and Duke William of Normandy with his half-brother Odo and the Normans. Each army should have enough classes to fill out the lines at Hastings, but spoiler alert, Harold dies and the Normans win. You can pick what packs you like as add-ons, or you can get a raiding party from either side, or both sides, and you can also get the full army from either side or both sides. This campaign ends on May 22nd, with rewards expected in October. Polish Peasant Archers and Safavid Gholam Spearmen 10mm metal minis from Warmonger Miniatures of the United States, their 12th Kickstarter campaign. This is 2 sets. There are 5 different 2-man strips of Polish Peasant Archers, and a full unit is 15 of these, so 30 archers. The Gholam Spearmen have 7 strips of spearmen and 1 with a drummer and standard bearer, and a full unit is 14 of the former with 1 of the latter. You can get 1, 2, or 4 units of each, or 2, 4, or 8 of either individually. This campaign ends on May 3rd, with rewards expected in June. Kaiju Battles, Giant Monsters Miniature Game by Nathan Nanning of Canada, their first Kickstarter campaign. This is a boxed set that comes with 8 100mm monsters, mutants, and robots, and a bunch of cardstock terrain and dice. It is unclear if the minis will be cast or printed like the ones seen here. You can get between 1 and 4 boxes. This campaign ends on May 23rd, with rewards expected in April of 2022. Scoundrels of the Damned Ruins, printable or resin-cast multi-part ne'er-do-wells by Grim Forge Miniatures of Italy, their 3rd Kickstarter campaign. This set includes 10 different heads, bodies, legs, and sets of arms with 19 weapons and a bunch of bits for you to switch around. The stretch goal add-ons have a whole bunch more heads and a few other things too. You can pick up the whole set either digitally or physically, or both. This campaign ends on May 23rd, with rewards expected by August. Outlaw Gang's Tabletop Game, rule set and resin minis from Outlaw Gang Miniature Game of Germany, their first Kickstarter campaign. The unique minis in this set seems to be 5 standing models, 5 seated models, and 4 styles of motorcycle. The game is distributed with 10 standing models and 10 seated on motorcycles. It is not clear if the minis are cast or printed. You can get just the rules, digitally or physically, or you can get the minis with hard or softcover rules. This campaign ends on May 25th, with rewards expected in September. Flash, Iron, and Scales, printable busts and statues from Tago Collectibles, their 3rd Kickstarter campaign. This set includes 3 busts and 3 statues, as well as a couple extras and a bunch of add-ons. There's a lot of mostly naked women, a few dragons, and a couple Nikola Teslas. You can get the statues, the busts, or both with a couple of extras. This campaign ends on May 11th, with rewards expected in June. That's all for this week. Check out last week's Patreon preview if you haven't seen it yet, and thanks for watching.